Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a very long time. I've been waiting to do this ever since the middle of April. It might not seem like a long time, but for me, it has been a long time. So, my name's Dom. This is the Xplosion show where we review every and all games for you, and this is May Mayhem. Oh yeah. So, what have we got in store for you guys now in May? Well, in April we started our look into the orange box, and now we're going to go deeper into the orange box by showing you guys Half-Life 2. Yes, not Half-Life 1, not Half-Life Blue Shift, not Half-Life... what the fuck is going on? This is Half-Life 2, baby. Oh yeah. So what's Half-Life 2 all about? Why? You've got Gordan Freeman, who's the really cool bearded fellow, who you never see his face for some strange reason. You might see screenshots of him on the Valve website and screenshots of him on other YouTube videos and on Google and such, but you don't actually see his face in game. Why? Because you play as him in first person view 100% of the time, so that is bitchy. But what weapons can you get? Well, you've got the pistol, you've got... let me just search in my memory banks here. You've got a crossbow, which is sadly the only weapon you can zoom in with. That's the only thing that I'm really disappointed about the game, because most of it's awesome. You've got the Magnum, which is a more powerful version of the pistol, but has rare amounts of ammo, so try and keep your ammo as much as possible. You also have rocket launcher, which has a special effect on it because it has a laser attachment, and so when you shoot a laser and you move the rocket around, the rocket will follow the laser until it's either hit an enemy or it just decides to blow up. Nice. And also you have... what was it? You have an antline pod, which is special to Half-Life 2 because you're able to control antlines, which are like these little creatures that come out of the ground that can fly. They're kind of annoying from time to time, but once you've got that, you can use them to your advantage by just launching them at your enemy and such. It is really fun once you get to use it. Other weapons, you have the gravity gun, which is the most favoured gun of them all, because you can practically use anything from your surroundings against your opponents. One thing my friend likes to do with it is just keep using radiators. Nice. And there are many, many more weapons. Anyway, the main storyline is you play as Gordan Freeman, and you just come off a subway in order to enter City 17, which is run by the Combine, which are a joint human and machine race, aka humanoids, if you don't know what that means. Anyway, what they're doing is they're practically a police army type of corps that wants to take over the entire city with an iron fist. So what you have to do is you start off by finding a lab where you meet up with all your professors and mates from the other Half-Life games, and from there the story continues, and what you've got to do is you've got to destroy that massive tower that you see in the centre of City 17 a hell of a lot. If you destroy that, congratulations, you've completed the effing game. If you don't destroy that, what the hell are you doing? You haven't done it yet, or you either failed. But enough about that. I've told you the basics of Half-Life 2, I've told you some of the weapons that you can get hold of. I can also tell you that it is already out for the PC, and it is a part of the orange box for the PS3, Xbox 360, so that's bloody brilliant. Anyway, that's enough about me yabbering and hollowing. You just want to see the gameplay footage and trailers and shizzle, so here's a butcher's while I go and have a shave. See ya. Okay, so I'm not exactly having a shave, so what? Haha. Anyways, this is the look of Half-Life 2. It is... the graphics on it is pretty darn bitchin'. This is the PC version that you're looking at right now. On the PS3 and the Xbox 360 version, they are better, especially on HD. But overall, it is a brilliant game for all you first-person shooter lovers out there. This is just the very first beginning bit when you're just about to get off the subway and into City 17 with a few buds. Cool. And here's a little bit of gameplay. That's the gravity gun that you're seeing right there. That has the ability to lift things up and lob them at anything. And yes, if you're thinking what did he just pick up? It is the rocket launcher. Who said rockets never hurt anyone? But game overall, absolutely fantastic. This is Half-Life 2, and I hope I have convinced you that this is effing bitching. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Sorry if gameplay footage is a little bit short, but I've been ranting on for too long, thus I have sadly ran out of time. So I'm just going to cut to the cheese right here, right now. Right, the score I'm going to give to Half-Life 2 is a massive score of 9.9 out of 10. Oh yeah. Why is this? Well, I personally think it is possibly one of the best first-person shooters of all time. And it goes into the same list as Crysis, which is another fantastic first-person shooter. I would give Crysis 10, but yeah, again, I'm not reviewing that, I'm reviewing Half-Life 2. But what is the reason to why I gave Half-Life 9.9 and not the 10? Well, I haven't given it that last 0.1 because it has to be because of the zoom in abilities. Yes, you can zoom in with any weapon, but the crossbow is the only weapon that you can zoom in with and actually shoot. Any other weapon that you zoom in with, you're going to have to zoom out, then shoot, and zoom in again to see where the enemy is at a long distance, zoom out, shoot, and it gets very confusing sometimes. So that's the only reason why I'm giving it 9.9 out of 10. That's just my choice, so there you go. So that's the end of part 1, sadly, but if you want to continue on to part 2, be my guest, because I'll be there doing another game for you guys. If you're not sticking around, I'll see you around. So, if you are staying for part 2, I'll see you guys in part 2. See you there.